What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of 2 a.m. in Sweden, aka We Got Next. I'm actually back home for our 2 a.m. in Sweden episode. But anyways, Steven, how you doing? How's life going?
Good. It's playoff week. Penn
Yep. Yeah.
State's playoff game this weekend at home against SMU. Very jazzed about this one.
Okay. So we're actually going to go into that in a little bit. Before we end up doing that, usually everyone knows we start off with hot takes, and then we end up going into the quick slants information and college football. So we're going to stick with that. The first thing, Steven. So I have a morals and ethics dilemma when it comes to fantasy football. And the person who this pertains to is going to absolutely know who it is because I played them in fantasy football. So for anyone that knows, I wouldn't say I take fantasy football extremely serious. I just would say I'm pretty good at fantasy football. And I was in first place in the league that we play in. And I got to essentially control who made it into the playoffs for the fourth seed. So there were three people fighting for the fourth seed. And I elected the integrity of the league instead of going with me just all out winning. So I say that because if I would have just tanked the last game of the regular season, the team that did not make the playoffs would have been the first team that played me in the playoffs, and I would have easily waxed them. Or I end up winning that game, they're not in the playoffs, and the only team that's technically outright beating me during the regular season gets into the playoffs, and it would be an actual game. So everyone knows what I probably did, went with the integrity of the league, and I outright decided to beat them instead of tanking. And in my head, I had the person who ended up beating me, if I would have tanked, saying, you know, you're a whole bitch for doing that. And that's what I'm going with. So, one, I want you to put yourself in that situation. What would you have done?
I would absolutely run it up. 100%. I would start everybody, possibly start everything. Fuck that.
So, and that was my situation.
I haven't had great luck with fantasy lately. It's a struggle sometimes. Like once the season's over in the beginning, like it's tough.
Yeah.
You know, like and like sometimes. That's how the last like 5 years I feel like has gone for me. But I feel like we've all been in that spot. Like where you have like the best team in the league. I know it's fantasy football, but like you put that shit together. Yeah, some obviously you gotta get lucky with, but like that's a dope feeling to kick ass in fantasy football. So
Yeah.
no, you gotta keep going, dude. You gotta keep pouring on.
So, and that's the thing. And then I end up losing the first game in the playoffs. And I'm like, damn, if I would have gone the other route, I would have been to the finals right now. But I said,
that's
Yeah.
That's
So that was kind of the big thing that I ended up going with. The person that beat me, I know they're going to listen to this because I always listen to it. And then they're going to be like, yeah, you did the right thing. Although they beat me, it's like, you know what? You live to see another day, and then I'll just cheer for whoever wins. So that was the first thing that I wanted to bring up. The second thing that I wanted to end up talking about is the hot topic of the, I guess, couple of days, Travis Hunter and Travis Hunter fiance. So we're going to be able to come at this from two different angles. I personally feel we might see it eye to eye, but what are your thoughts on how Travis Hunter's fiance handled the Heisman, handled after the Heisman with her long ass video, and then handled before the Heisman?
Okay. I'll give you two answers. I'll give you one to fill the airtime and give a decent thought about it. My first thought is I just don't care.
Yeah.
Like I just don't care. The other thing is like if you're in that situation, whether it's male, female, like it's the husband, like wife, whatever, you need to respect what your person's doing. Like you gotta respect. Like Travis Hunter is like he's the man right now.
Yeah.
I don't think he should have won the Heisman, but that's a different story.
Okay.
But like I don't hate Travis Hunter. I think I've gotten some heat on Twitter about that. I do not hate Travis Hunter. I don't like Deion Sanders.
Uh-huh.
Travis Hunter would win the Heisman without Deion Sanders. Well, you know what I mean. Deion recruited him and brought him along, and all that. But what I'm like, if Travis Hunter played for USC or if he played for Miami, North Carolina, he would still win the Heisman. Okay, because he is that good. But I don't like Deion Sanders.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that. Travis Hunter is one of the best college football players I have ever seen.
Yeah. Both sides.
Like that. Yes. That's a two-way street. Like no one else is doing that. Charles Woodson did it, but not to this degree. But that shouldn't be a determining factor for the Heisman. Again, different topic for a different day. But he's the man now. He has been he was number one player in the country.
And he went to an HBCU to start.
Yeah, and he flaked on Florida State, which that program has been in a spiral kind of ever since. They went 13-0, but didn't get in the playoffs, so whatever. He's the dude. He's gonna be top 5 pick.
Yeah.
Maybe number 1. Is he gonna be that dude? So he's not going anywhere anytime soon. And we're gonna have Travis Hunter ideally for the next 20 years. You know what I mean? As a part of the NFL. 15 years probably, I give him that. But you know what I mean? We're gonna hopefully have this dude around for the next 15 years. So buckle up, man, because kid's just getting started, and he's, I hope he goes somewhere. I hope he kills it. I hope he does. Just because I don't think he should have won the Heisman doesn't mean I don't like him. I just don't like his coach. Speaking of the Heisman, really quick, I gotta put this out there. Penn State's Tyler Warren finished 7th in the Heisman voting. Finished ahead of Shedeur Sanders. It's the highest finish for a tight end in college in the Heisman voting since 1970. So shout out to Tyler Warren.
Shout out to that.
Yeah, big time. And then real quick, one more thing. Speaking of Penn State, Abdul Carter, our DN, needs one more first team All-American selection from the Sporting News to be a unanimous All-American this year. Right now, he's a consensus All-American, and you need to get 3 of the 5 major All-American voters list, whatever, to be consensus. All 5 would be a unanimous. He's got one more. So I'm just saying, it's happening. But Travis Hunter's girlfriend, this is what's going to happen now. So lock in, because it's not going anywhere anytime soon.
So I thought it was I guess the right word is interesting, fascinating, when they almost did a 360 scope of the 4 girlfriends or fiancés or whatever. And you can kind of just see from that the role that they play in these players' lives, in terms of the ones that want the attention to the ones that are I really just don't give a damn. I'm just here for the ride. And she was forefront and in the center. And that's the big thing. A lot of people online, whether you look at Michael Irvin or Shannon Sharp, some are saying you got to leave, or these are red flags. The other side are saying stick with her, she's going to end up learning. But my thing is, if you marry that or you end up impregnating that, you're done. There is no, let me rethink it. Whereas Shedeur, you don't know how many women he has. Travis Hunter, you know exactly how many women he has with that situation. So those are my only thoughts. My last thing in terms of the Heisman, and then we'll slip on over to the quick slants, is what are your thoughts on Mr. Cam Scatterbo?
No. No. Stop. No, I will not entertain that in any capacity. I get it. Put up great numbers. No. Even the people trying to troll, that's just not. It's not a thing. Yeah, I respect him. Respect his game. Respect what Arizona State did this year, but no.
Oh my God. Okay.
I can't do that. I can't do that.
So my other thing is, what's going on with the quick slants? What are your thoughts in terms of the games coming up this week? We'll start with quick slants to Penn State, then we'll dive into your game picks.
Yep. Quick slants will be out probably Thursday, same time, 8:30. Um, just really focus on SMU, man. Like, I'll save it till the end about like the what you got, but yeah, massive game. I'm going up Friday.
Yep.
I'm dropping putting the kids on the bus at 9, get on the road then.
Man,
Gonna get up there early, go see the fam, hang out for the day. Jay Hill's gonna be up there. BJ's coming up, but not
mhm.
till late. Like dog, you know this, knowing me and being around me for a while now. You know I don't take what J Ho has for granted or what I get from him for granted. It's
Yeah.
the dopest connection I have, and the homies have benefited from it significantly.
Yep.
It's great. Like I did not have to worry about a thing. And
Mhm.
like, if he would have said, "Yo, I don't have any tickets" or whatever, cool. Like I'll go buy some. I'm not worried
Yeah.
about it. Tickets for this game were relatively cheap compared to the other games. Um, but like he had tickets. Got me and BJ tickets. Like we're
That's
good.
good.
Place to
Yeah.
stay, crashing at his crib. Like dope. Like this weekend is gonna be like a $150, $200 weekend. You know,
That's
as
good.
opposed to spending thousands of dollars going to this game, hotel, whatever. God forbid you got to fly in. Like no, like
Yeah.
so that's go and then like trying to do that and then go to the Fiesta Bowl next weekend or 2 weeks from now
Yeah.
against Boise State will be
Yep.
very feasible with like certain connections and everything. Just like a little rant, like I know you can appreciate it, but yeah, huge game. And then the games this weekend, um, Clemson and Texas, and we talked about it I think last weekend or last week. Um, Having these games on these campuses is
Big.
huge, dude. Like
Yeah.
Austin, Texas, Columbus, Ohio, State College, and South Bend, Indiana. It's gonna be like it's perfect football like time for these places. Freezing, potentially snow in some of these spots. Yeah, and like all like you know, not not all these teams are elite programs, but like, these are all like brands.
Yep. Yeah,
Like these are
exactly.
all like Notre Dame, Penn State, Ohio State, Texas, some of the
Yep.
best programs, and they're playing like other like premier teams. Clemson's one of the best teams over the last 20 years.
Exactly.
Tennessee's a historically good team. SMU, like they're new to the game, but like they have a huge history.
Yep.
Indiana football, like not like never been great, but like now, like the Hoosiers, like it's a basketball school, but like now it's a story. They're probably like in terms of like football, mm, they're probably like the least respected of like the 12 teams that are in here. Maybe
Yeah.
Arizona State's up there too. Um, but like, yeah, these are all brand names in the first round, and then they get to play Oregon and Georgia. Like, this is exactly what college football wanted, and
Yep.
like in all of these places too.
Yeah.
It just sucks that they're going up against NFL all day.
Yeah.
That's very unfortunate, but it's millions of people are still going to watch these games.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, I'd love to see like an expected number. Like if TNT expected 5 million people to watch the Penn State SMU game, but there's an NFL game on at that point, like, and maybe like, 3.5 million people watched it. Like, you could tell what the difference would be, but millions of people are still going to watch all these games. Millions.
It's so crazy, Steven, because so when Steven's talking about they're going up against the NFL, the days of the week that they have to put these games on are during the week right now. Because you're going like NFL took up some of these Saturdays now, and you have like the Chiefs playing on a Saturday. Who's going to be able to get that most of the time? It's going to be the Chiefs in that regard. First round is going to be fine. It's that second round because it's the 31st and the 1st, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yes, it's New Year's, but it's still during the week. And then, of course, you have the 9th, which will end up being on a Thursday.
Oh,
So,
yo, breaking news really quick. Michael Penix Jr. has been named the Falcons starting quarterback moving forward. Damn. That's big news. Wow.
what do you,
That is yeah.
wow.
Yeah, it's crazy,
Okay.
right? Damn.
So we'll save that for 5 minutes because I have a lot to touch on that. I thought you were going to say another Michael, but we'll get to that after your picks. So the first game, Clemson, Texas.
Man, I really want to pick Clemson to win this game because Dabo has been there, done that, like multiple times, and not too many guys in the playoffs can say that. Shit. I'll say Clemson.
Okay.
I took Clemson, I think, plus 12 in this game.
Really?
Yes, I took Clemson plus 12. I just like there is something to say for having been there and done that and like won national titles. Like, this is a completely different situation that they're in. But like Clemson's been playing well. Clay Kupnik is solid. Again, love him or hate him, but
He's come
Dabo's
along. Yeah.
but love him or hate him, Dabo's won multiple national titles. So like this isn't the same Clemson team as he's had before, but Texas, they might be a bunch of frauds. And word is, sources tell me that I heard that what's his name, Quinn Ewers is going to transfer and bounce to UNC.
Yep, that's what they're saying.
So that would be something. Which, if he transfers, that might be the least expected thing. Oh, speaking of transfers, Penn State backup quarterback Bo Perbula is in the transfer portal.
Really?
Let me touch on that really quick because I didn't see many of them, but I saw some Penn State fans that were shitting on him for like leaving his team early. He doesn't have a choice.
No.
The way the transfer portal is set up right now, and it sucks because it does not benefit anybody. He wanted to stay, but because the window closes, I think on the 28th of December, he had to make a choice because the playoffs, if we win on Saturday, run through the 28th. So, in other school, like each team does their enrollment differently for spring semester and all that kind of good stuff. So you got to, that's another thing, the NIL, all that kind of good stuff. So I would have loved to keep Bo for the rest of the season. I got word from my sources that the backup now, Ethan Grunkmeyer, true freshman, is legit. He's better than Bo. Not quite Drew, but better than Bo. I'll take it. But another, transfer portal situation. But I'm picking I'm going to pick Clemson in that game. I say all that.
Well, after you said all that, you know where I'm going with
my
Tennessee against Ohio State.
I'm picking Tennessee. Fuck Ohio State.
OHIO. SMU, Penn State.
I mean, Penn State rolls big in this one, I think. Watch out for Abdul Carter. Keep an eye on him. Abdul Carter, number 11.
We are Indiana, Notre Dame.
Man, I'm gonna go with Notre Dame. I think they're playing really well right now, and not that Marcus Freeman has been there, done that, but they're the more talented team if it comes down to that. Indiana's been a great story this year, but no thanks.
So I got to go with the JMU Dukes, former coach.
Yeah, okay.
On that one. So those are mine with that. The last part I want to bring up in terms of college football, and I thought this is where you were going to go when you said Michael. The other Michael Vick,
yes,
is on a Norfolk State.
Yes.
So, with that being said, I have officially am making it known that I am going to have to figure out a weekend to either go with Steven, ODU game,
100%,
Norfolk State game. They're right next to each other. Like, they are so close. When I tell you the amount of times I used to party down at Norfolk State when I was at ODU, they're both right there. So it's a big thing for that area. He's a Hampton Roads person. I don't even give a damn if they lose every game, but it's just big for the area.
Isn't where he's from like right up the street, right?
It is. Yeah. Newport News.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
You will not find a bigger Michael Vick fan than myself. I know you're a DMV guy, but he was the first non-Penn State athlete I ever saw play, and immediately fell in love with Michael Vick. And like that's my favorite athlete of all time. What would be ideal is, I don't even give a shit how they. Yeah, I don't care if they go 0-12 this year. Like Michael Vick being like that's dope. We ideally we can find a weekend where like ODU plays. How far apart are they?
They're 3 miles, maybe 4.
Okay. we gotta find a game that like ODU plays at noon
Noon, yeah, and then the
and Norfolk
3.
State plays like 3:30.
Yeah.
Or like vice versa, or like, whatever. Or like even if it's a noon game for both teams, we go first half at ODU, second half at Norfolk State. Because those
Yeah.
tickets are gonna be dirt cheap.
I was gonna say
Yeah,
that.
like no way. Like that's that's done deal. Absolutely
Yeah.
done. Sign me up.
So that's like an easy one. So the same way Steven is with everything in terms of Penn State, I can easily find half those places there. And then the other part, okay. So Steven has his sheets and his places down there. There is one place that he talks about his McGirdles and Coke. Every single time, if I could ever wake up in time to do it, there's this place called Pocahontas Pancakes, Virginia Beach. It is love.
What's it called?
Pocahontas
Right.
Pancakes. I had to write a whole report on them too. They open at like 7, they close at 12.
Hell
Why
yeah.
do they do that? Because they make that much money. So
Yeah.
Virginia Beach, it's like 20 minutes away. So it's like the whole time easily planned. So I'll start looking into that either for probably next year, I'm hoping. If not that, the year after that, when they both, hell, they might play each other one of these years because they do that too. But that's the big thing over there. So congrats to Michael Vick on that one. You start to see some of these former really good football players taking on different college football jobs. Eddie George did the same thing. Ed retried, but we know how that ended up going over there. But it's just good to kind of see them doing that. The next thing I want to do is dive over into the NFL. So we're going to make this kind of quick with it because I do want to talk a little bit about the NBA, and then I want to end up just finishing up with some thoughts from the weekend that was. But the first game we have is the Broncos and the Chargers. Chargers are in playoff competition still, so are the Broncos.
The Broncos and the Chargers. I'm gonna go with the Chargers.
Okay. So I have.
Okay. Timeout. I just looked this up. ODU plays in SB Ballard Stadium in Norfolk, Virginia, September 5th, 2026. But we can still, it's 2 years.
Oh, you're saying ODU versus Norfolk State?
Yes, they play.
Yeah.
So like that, we'll put that on the schedule for 2026.
Yeah.
Unless there's a Penn State game that I need to attend. Sorry, love Michael Vick, but priorities here. But we'll find a weekend. We'll find a weekend next year. We both have a home game, and we'll make that work. We're doing that.
Yeah,
like that's a weekend that we're gonna do.
Yeah. So that's something easily, and then we'll end up talking about it. Hell, the amount of things that probably can happen there. All right. So in ODU, they have a little podcasting area too. So what I would end up doing, like, see if we can even get in there and just like record an episode or two over there. But next game, Texans Chiefs.
Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes is scheduled to play or projected to play, whatever the word is. But I still think the Chiefs win that game.
We don't want to see Carson Wentz. So Chiefs in that one. Steelers Ravens. This is a huge game.
I'm probably gonna miss this game because I'll be driving home.
Yeah.
Man, I really want to go Pittsburgh, but I think Baltimore wins this one. I don't think it's because of how the Steelers game went last weekend. I just don't think TJ Watt's going to be healthy. I just don't think TJ Watt's going to be healthy. And if George Pickens is not playing, I think that's also significant. They need Pickens big time. I don't really know who would step up, and it's a hamstring injury. I haven't heard anything about him. Or is he playing? Do you know?
It still shows like he's out, questionable.
Yeah. But so if he's not playing, that's huge as well. Do you see that final drive that the Eagles put together was
dog?
We were at our friend's house and we were watching the game, and they had the ball in the the 3. And my buddy was like, "Oh, this is perfect time to get safety." I'm like, "Dog, there's 10 minutes left. They're going to go on an 8-minute drive and end this game. There's no way."
Shit out of it.
Yeah, they did. And Eagles are just a better team. I'm a big Baltimore in this one.
So
I'm kind of glad I'm going to miss it though, because I don't want to see the Steelers get beat like that.
Yeah. I'm going with the Steelers. Everyone knows why I end up choosing them. Next one. We got the battle of the backups. I don't know if it's Tommy DeVito, Drew Lock, who the hell knows, and Michael Penix. So before you give your pick, what are your thoughts on this? And do you think it's long term or just the rest of the season? Because they
This is
paid Kirk money.
this is why they drafted him, though.
Yeah.
Like, this is why they drafted him. Because Kirk Cousins, it doesn't seem like the Achilles injury is impacting him, but he's just not playing well. And like, Penix has been around for like 10 years, dude. He's been around for a long time.
Yeah.
He was in the national title game, 11 months ago.
Yeah.
So, he's like, this is why you draft him. Like, you don't know if you're going to get a chance to get a quarterback like this, because of Kirk Cousins, but like, you don't know how long Cousins is going to last. Like, it's not like he's old, but he's not playing well. So like, in that division, is what it is. But I like the move. Might as well, right? And like, what's the worst that happens? He doesn't do well. You put Kirk Cousins back in the game. You know what I mean? So like, I'm fine with it. Shout out.
So here's my thing. So I'm looking at the stats. So last game, Kirk was 11 for 17, 112 yards. Then before then, they lost 4 games straight. He threw for over 300 against the Vikings, threw for over 240 against the Chargers. By the way, he had 4 interceptions. So essentially, in the past, I would say 4 to 5 games, he's had 9 interceptions. And that's where the issue lies.
Can't do it.
Yeah, you can't do that. On the season, he has 16 interceptions, 18 touchdowns.
I mean, and that division,
a 1-to-1 ratio.
And that division is wide open, dude.
Yeah.
Like, that division is dog shit, but it's wide open.
Yeah, it's between those 2 teams.
Shout out to Mike Evans, dude. Speaking of that division,
he's about to pass it again.
Dude. He's a beast. I didn't realize how like his numbers aren't like career wise. Yeah, he doesn't have like incredible seasons, no all pros, but like the consistency is just crazy.
Yeah.
Shout
out. Giants Falcons. Who you got?
Yeah. Shit. Giants suck, but
they do.
I'm gonna go with the Falcons.
I got the Falcons. Giants look like they're going for Shador. Lions, Bears.
Lions. Bears are, deep trouble.
So the Lions just lost. They might demolish the Bears 40-2.
Yeah.
It might be scary, but then also people are starting to doubt Caleb Williams. I don't know if it's the curse of the first round pick, the first quarterback drafted, what it is.
Just leave him, man. Please don't bench him.
Don't bench him.
Let him go. Let him go through this.
Yeah. My next one, Browns, Bengals.
I'll go Bengals.
I have the Bengals. Browns do have the funniest quarterback, although he got benched last game. Titans, Colts.
Colts.
I have the Colts. The Colts need this game to kind of still stay alive. Rams, Jets.
I'll go with the Rams.
So I have the Rams in that one as well. They're still alive too. Jets, I don't know what they're doing. Now this game, the Eagles Commanders, I am going to this game before we end up choosing it. So my friends were like, yo, like, Christian, did you end up getting the parking pass? I was like, no, I'll get it later. They're like, they're sold out. I was like, for y'all, they're sold out, but like, I can get them from somebody. They're like, no, they're all sold out. We called the Commanders ticket office. I was like, all right, give me like 20 minutes. I ended up buying 2 just to prove a point. And I was like, and I said, I'm going to just sell 1. And they were like, how did you do that? And I was like, do you not know I do this for a living?
It's
like,
such a Christian move.
Yeah.
such a Christian move. No one else does that.
Nope. So I got 2. Were they expensive? Yeah. I don't know why, but I was like, all right, if I'm buying the parking pass, y'all better pay for every single damn beer I get that whole day. But who you got?
I'll go Eagles.
So
I think Saquon is right now the MVP.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. If he goes, not Lamar, because the Ravens are 9-5. Like, I'm not. No. Your team cannot like. No, you need to have. I'm not saying you have to have the best record in the league, but you can't be 9-5. His numbers are insane. Lamar Jackson, I get it. We all know how I feel about Lamar Jackson, but no, you can't be 9-5 and tell me you're the MVP when like you've played in those games. Like you can blame Justin Tucker, but like you gotta make whatever anyway. And Saquon, he's like he's projected to go over 2,000 yards and had like 2 2,300 yards from scrimmage and almost 20 touchdowns. And if
Yep.
they go, 15-2, or they go 14-3, and they win the division and clear it and they're number one seed, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You should be at least.
So
Josh Allen's got a chance, but
I'll tell you guys who I think my MVP is in a little bit. I'm going with the Commanders. Everyone should know why I end up choosing the Commanders and the Steelers. Cardinals, Panthers.
Cardinals.
I'm going with the Cardinals. I don't trust Kyler though, but that's a different story for a different day. Vikings, Seahawks.
Seahawks don't look great. I'll go Vikings.
I got the Vikings in this one. Here's a question for you. So next year, do they bring back Sam Darnold or do they just continue to ride with JJ McCarthy?
I think you bring back Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't think JJ McCarthy is the answer.
No.
People can say what they want, but and then now getting hurt, you have no idea how that's going to go.
Nope. No
idea.
Patriots, Bills.
Bills by 1,000.
So here's who I think is my MVP, but the only thing is I'm going with the Bills. I selfishly was looking at the Bills game against the Lions, and I wanted James Cook to score so badly. And this is when I realized they're trying to stack his MVP case because there were a lot of times James Cook should have had that ball to run. Josh Allen was like, I got this. I'm going to end up taking it. And it would just be one of those either like read option plays, and every single time the read should have been to go with James Cook so you don't end up getting injured. But they were like, nah, Josh Allen got it. So I got the Bills. Next one, Jags, Raiders.
Fuck the Jags.
Hey, fuck the Jags.
But the Raiders are dog shit, so I'm picking the Jags. Yeah, the Raiders are so bad. My God, dude. My God, they are so bad. I cannot pick that team. They still fuck the Jags, though, right? Fuck the Jags, dude.
Fuck the Jags. 49ers, Dolphins.
Dolphins.
I'm going with the 49ers. They need to find a way to win. I don't know if it's going to happen for them. But the next one we have is the Bucks and the Cowboys.
I'm going to go with the Cowboys, I guess.
Okay. I got the Bucks just because the Bucks needed to stay atop the NFC South. Last one, Saints, Packers.
Packers.
I got Go Pack Go. And that one, last thing we'll cover before we get into what you got. So super fast, the 2025 NBA All-Star Game is going to be a mini tournament with 4 teams and 3 games. So it's going to be 24 NBA All-Star selections divided into 3 8-player teams. The 4th team is going to be from the champion team of the Rising Stars. The honorary general managers, which is kind of annoying, is Charles Barkley, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith, Candace Parker. Which shout out to Shaq and Candace Parker for getting their money with these sneaker deals. But Barkley, O'Neal, and Smith draft their team rosters from pools of 24 NBA players. Parker's GM of the Rising Stars champion team. Essentially, they're going back to what they did before, Steven, when the 2 captains chose the teams. Now they're just doing the GMs choosing the teams. It's not going to make a difference. Then 2 teams meet in one semifinal game, and the remaining 2 meet in the other. The winner ends up going. Winning team from game 1 and game 2 advance to face each other in championship game 3. Okay, so yeah, the winning team from 1 and 2, whatever. So winning of each game is first team to reach or surpass 40 points. Thoughts?
What was wrong with East versus West? You just have 15 spots, and you just do East versus West. Like, we didn't need the dunk contest, the 3-point contest. It's kind of run its course, dude. Like, you can only do so much in the dunk contest now. Like, it was good up until maybe like the Dwight Howard era. Like that, like the last good one was the Aaron Gordon, Zach LaVine one. Okay. Everything else since then has been like, you can only do so much. 3-point contest, you can only make so many shots. All the other shit, I don't even watch All-Star Game, to be honest with you, or All-Star Weekend anymore. Because it's like,
not the same.
It's not that cool. Would it be cool at 10? Maybe. Not anymore, probably. But like, I used to dude, the dunk contest used to be
The shit.
like the best thing
Yeah.
during the regular season. Now it's just like you don't know half the guys. They're bringing in like stunt doubles and shit like that, and they've got like monkeys flying everywhere, and they're like shit's on fire. There's cars like jumping over people. There's just it's a circus.
Yeah.
And it sucks because like the All-Star game is the same way. Like, what are we doing? Like,
Yeah.
why can't we just do East versus West?
Yeah.
Like that, and then do something different for like a different audience, or like no, like go back to the jerseys, do home and away, and bang, like that's it.
Yeah, just call it a day at that.
Dude, it was legit. I mean, and the other thing, how many NBA games have you watched this year so far? I've watched
I don't
zero.
think any. Yeah,
I have not watched a full game. I watched a little bit of opening night. I've seen a couple Lakers games, like maybe halftime or up until halftime or so. But like the product is just bad.
Yeah.
Like the talent is so elite these days.
They
Like,
say that.
bro, Cade Cunningham, guys like that, people don't even know about Cade Cunningham. Like he's averaging like 23, 9, and 8. Like same numbers as LeBron this season. And it's the Pistons, so like you don't know about him. But like the product just sucks.
Yep.
It's so unfortunate. I don't think it's like, us turning into old heads or anything. It's just not good.
No.
It's just like, it's just not good because you can only develop so much. Like the NFL, you can completely change the way the game is played.
Yeah.
Like, basketball, like what was it, the Hornets or the Hawks and the Bulls combined for 75 missed threes. And then like the Mavs and the Warriors combined for like what? Like 48 made threes. Like,
yeah.
It's just like, I don't know. It's just not basketball. It sucks. But
no.
And like all of our guys are near the end. KD, LeBron, Steph. Like they're almost done. It's starting to like that. It's starting to creep in. It's like, damn. Like that sucks.
Yeah, and the thing is, LeBron carried it when he's gone.
Carried it, bro.
20
years. 20 years. LeBron's been the guy. And there's just not like there's no one else after that. Like that, those three guys, like there's like KD and LeBron, like everybody else is gone from that era, and there's just no one else that you can look at and be like,
I will take it.
Like, and I mean, it's like you knew LeBron and KD were gonna be like all-time greats, greats. Like LeBron's, you can argue he's the best player of all time, if not second best. KD, like maybe score-wise, all that borderline top 10, definitely top 15 type of deal. Both like all-timers. Like I know we have Anthony Edwards, I know we have Luka, I know we have all these guys, but like, who's the face of the league? Like, is it going to be Wemby? And like,
it has to be a winning team too.
And we've talked about this before, especially the guy I shout this all the time. The NBA is the only sport that continuously just bashes the talent. Like the guys on inside the NBA, and like, look, this dude Jason McIntyre on the Herd today with Colin Cowherd. I don't know if you know who that is, right?
Yeah.
He said something, and I didn't watch it. I didn't watch the clip, but he said something that stuck out to me. Is like those guys on the inside of the NBA, Chuck, Kenny, and Shaq have like ruined the NBA over the years. Ernie Johnson, like, no, like I will not have any Ernie Johnson slander, but they just like they don't lift up. Like they do sometimes. I'm not gonna say they never talk positively about other players, but it's like they're always bashing these guys, man. And like I know, like the NFL, the MLB, and the NHL, they talk shit among like eras and like, oh, we'd kick your ass, this and that, blah blah blah. And like when a player does stupid shit, yes, they will call him out for it. But like, in the first half of the game, like, Wemby could have 10 and 5. But like Shaq's like, oh, he should have 20 and 15. I would have had this. Like that's the shit they do all the time, to all of these players. No matter if it's you've been in the league for 15 years or you're a rookie. The only league that just continuously does not lift up like the next era of basketball because it's like it's different from what they play. All the sports change, but like if you watch baseball and like when they do like the World Series coverage and everything on Fox or MLB Network, those guys praise the younger generation, like the new guys, all the time. The NHL,
Yeah.
same thing. The NFL, it's different because like it's the NFL, so it's just it is different. But those guys they cannot talk enough about certain players like in such a
Nope.
positive way. The NBA does not do that. Like the guys who are playing, like LeBron and KD and Steph, will talk positively about everybody else, and like they got to keep doing that. But like the old heads just hate this new generation of basketball, and it's just ruining the sport for everybody.
Yeah.
I don't know where we
Yeah.
were at before that, but like that's been on my mind for a long time now because the NBA just like it's just not fun. And like I think it's also like our guys are almost done. So like that thought is like, damn, like now this is what I'm gonna be stuck with forever because all these guys are gonna be gone.
Everyone's trying to figure out who's that person going to be. Because they've tried for 20 years to kind of figure out who that next person will be. And that's the tough part.
Yeah. And like you've
Some
had
of
like
them don't even want to be it.
Like, and there's been like every year, like there's always been like every decade, every era, there's always been that next guy.
Yep.
Like Kareem, like from like Bill Russell, like Wilt Chamberlain, all those guys, Kareem, and then Magic and Bird, and it was like boom, 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 boom. And then you had Jordan, Barkley, and then Shaq came along, and Kobe, and LeBron, and Melo, Wade, and then like it's just like this new wave is just like, yeah, it's just not there. Like that, like I don't know. I don't know why we all like gravitated to LeBron and Durant. Now, like the younger generation, like we're 32, we're in our 30s, so like the younger generation probably loves Anthony Edwards right now the way we all love LeBron, Durant, and Melo. So it's probably just a generational thing because like none of those old heads clearly like our generation. Like my uncles hate LeBron, they hate Durant, they hate Curry because of like the way they play. So it's probably just a generational thing. But like, yeah, we're starting to get into that phase of like, man, the product sucks, and that's why we're not watching it.
Yeah, that's exactly
it's a shame, dude. The NBA used to be like, fuck, dude, that's every night. You can watch hoops every night, and it used to be like,
easily.
Cool, I'll watch the Bucks and the Pacers, no doubt. No way, dude, no chance. And how do I even watch the games?
Then you got to find every single streaming platform.
How am I supposed to I'm not paying $400 a month to watch the Bucks and the Pacers. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Just not anymore. Not anymore.
Yeah. So that's all over here. What you got?
I'm just so glad that Penn State's in the playoffs. Like that's it. Like I just, man, it is so nice to have a team that is in the playoffs. That is a continuous top 10, top 5 team. And I'm extremely happy to bring people along with me.
Yep.
To like to do this and to like enjoy it. I know not everyone's a Penn State fan. I know you're not a Penn State like by association. Yes, BJ same way, but like, jump on because we might not win it this year, but we have some pieces coming back next year. Drew Adler's coming back. Our quarterback's coming back. All right, our offensive coordinator, Andy Koldnick, is coming back. We're getting some dudes in the portal. If we got a couple pieces coming back, and we'll talk about it. I'll talk about this once the season's over with and everything, but watch out for the boys. So I'm jazzed. Like I said, I'm going out Friday, hanging out with the fam all day, crashing with Jay Hill. We'll get after it early Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Game's at noon, and I'm jazzed.
Yeah. So I'm happy for you. That's actually going to be really fun this weekend. So Friday we have a holiday party for my job. Saturday we essentially have like Christmas parties in the area. Then Sunday I got the Commanders Eagles game. 2 things I wanted to bring up for everybody. Number 1, you'll probably never guess what the number 1 song in Sweden was for 10 weeks in a row. It was actually Shabuzi, a bar song. I would have.
Man.
First off, I also learned that every single student in Sweden, they have to learn English when they're in elementary school and middle school. So they grow up bilingual. That's the first thing.
Crazy.
Second, I am super hyped because now I can say this because the first trip in the world tour is finished. I just got back from Sweden. Next month, I'm going to England to end up watching a Premier League game.
Oh,
So super hyped for that. So
nice.
Chelsea against Man City, I'm going to go see. I think it's like January 23rd and 24th. I'm flying out there. I'll come back the 27th. So super hyped for that one. Never been to England. Got some people out there that said they're going to show me around too.
You fell asleep on the train in Denmark.
Oh, yeah, that's the other thing. Oh,
Okay.
wild story. So it was one night that I was like, all right, I'm supposed to get off at one stop called Copenhagen Syd. So it's Copenhagen South. And I took the train from Sweden, got on the train. I guess my ass was more exhausted than I thought after the day and everything like that. And my eyes closed. I woke up to someone going like, hey, it was the conductor. And she was like, where you going? And I was like, Copenhagen Syd. She was like, we passed that a long time ago. I'm like, shit, like, I don't even know what to do. This is not even my country. I'm over here trying to collect my stuff. She was like, come sit next to me. So, and it was like a younger lady. She was probably in her 30s, if that. So I bring my stuff. Then I think it's just me on the train that missed the stop by like 20, 30 minutes. There's this other person. Where are you going? He was like, oh, no. She was like, we clearly know you don't know where you're going. So just come sit next to me. And so then he comes over there. She takes me all the way to my stop. And I was like, oh, like, what time do you get off? She was like, I'm here until 6 in the morning, but you need to worry about getting off the train because you're fat. And I was like, so that's how the train went. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen again. But yeah.
Man, you got the worst luck with transportation sometimes.
I do, Steven. It does not matter what. And I don't even remember going to sleep. Then the crazier part about that is I left my charger and my European converter on the train.
Obviously.
So I'll have to get my job to expense that so I can get another one because I'm not paying for those expensive ass converters. But I'll have a story probably this weekend with everything going on. But until next time, we out.
Peace.